The following is a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio. Keep your mission on your mind and your mind on your mission. This is Mission Minded with Michael Coleman.
Welcome back to A Mission Minded. Keep in mind your mission on your mind. He is Michael Coleman, CEO of the Heart of Alabama Food Bank. My name is Tony Curry. We do this show every single week. And, of course, you can check us out live on Tony Curry Radio, the TKR app. Get that app like 100,000 folks have. And also, of course, where we get your favorite podcast. And we're always looking to expand, so you never know what's going to happen in 2026, my man. We have 5 weeks left? I cannot believe Thanksgiving's next week.
I know.
I think we're falling into the pitfalls of the more we talk about it, we think it's going to slow it down, and it actually makes it go faster. I think, you know what I'm saying? The more we talk about it, the more you think it's going to slow down. It just goes faster and faster and faster. I don't know what the hell's going on, but anyway. So,
well, I was always told by the people who came before us that when you hit our age, I mean, time really speeds up. And,
you know what though? But my kids,
I find that's big true.
See, my kids are saying those fast. And my 13-year-old thinks time's flying by. What is she saying that to appease me, or she's like, Dad,
probably
March Friday?
Yeah. He's trying to make you feel good about getting old and crotchety.
I guess it does make, because I'm going to turn 60 next year, and I'm thinking to myself, I'd love to make it 90. That would be a really good life. I'm probably 82, 83, 84, probably based on what I did to my body early in my life would probably be more like it. But it does make you start wondering, because, I mean, it's just like a year is nothing anymore. I mean, I
don't have great genes. If I make it past 75, it's going to be a miracle.
We better get to work. Coming up here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to do some emails, info@tonycurryradio.net, info@tonycurryradio.net. We're going to be coming up on New Year's resolutions, and I like New Year's resolutions. I know a lot of people think they're hooey. I think as long as we keep trying to make ourselves better, whether that's the beginning of a new year, maybe that's the beginning of a month, or maybe it's the beginning of a new week, whatever it is, to get you back in the mode of saving money, losing weight, being better in your relationship with your wife or your husband, whatever it is, just trying to make us a better person, I think is a good thing. So if we have to have a date to surround ourselves with, to say, hey, this is when I'm starting to do this, then so be it. Your thoughts?
Well, I will tell you, in my case, all I do is trick myself by doing that. So I go, okay, I know I need to shed some weight. And I go, okay, you know what? It'd be great time. Don't worry about the holidays. It would be great. I'll just start at the first of the year. So I put that down. Well, now all I've done is given myself the green light to act like a friggin' pig through the holidays, because I'm constantly telling myself, well, it's okay, because you're going to be disciplined and lose the weight next year. Unfortunately, my commitment level to the next year is much greater in November and December than when I actually hit January. So then I spend the rest of the year trying to reconcile the weight that I am, and then the cycle repeats itself.
And I think there's something in the Bible about this. Moderation, man. If we would just moderate a little bit more, if we would just, we can have chocolate cake, we can get angry on occasion, we can do our vices, we can do our things, just as if we do things moderately, we can do a little bit of everything and do some of the things that we consider that are bad and not kill us.
I agree 100%. But on the other hand, here I sit down with a half a gallon of Blue Whale ice cream. So I really feel like my hands are tied in this. Do I choose moderation, or do I choose to put my head down in the bucket of ice cream? And I tend to lean towards the bucket of ice cream.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to act like my mom. When you buy your next home, make sure you don't have to walk through the kitchen to get to your bedroom. That's the worst thing in the world. I have to walk right through the kitchen. And man, if something's left out, man, because after you fall asleep in your chair for about 45 minutes, and it's 11:30, it always tastes really good right before you go to bed. And you're not going to bring it off. So anyway, all right. So Entrepreneur Magazine came out with 10 habits that will completely transform your life and business in 2026. And since we've had 5 weeks before that, I just want to kind of rip through these, and then we'll go through our emails and see what you think about some of these. Okay.
Okay.
Again, this is to transform your life and your business in 2026. And since we're doing a business show, this will be perfect. Number one, strength train 4 times a week. Muscle is longevity currency. It supports your metabolism, hormones, and confidence. As we age, resistance training is the single most effective way to stay strong, mobile, and injury free.
Yeah,
Um,
I've heard more and more reports about that. Uh, you know, but I will tell you, I'm not necessarily skeptical of that. It makes sense because we lose muscle mass as we get older. So, doing resistance training is not a bad way because it's not the same as picking up weights and possibly hurting yourself. Doesn't put as much strain on the body, but it still can work muscles. Um, Here's how I feel about the science world. I I wholeheartedly believe in it, and so you'll get a study that comes out like in the 80s and 90s, all about cardio. Got it, aerobic exercises, and of course, weightlifting is anaerobic,
mhm.
and um, so now the pendulum kind of swings, and when you get a study out, and it goes, oh, we thought all these years it was this. Now studies are showing this.
Yep.
So what I feel is that we do these studies and they're valuable. We learn things, but if everybody begins to switch and change over here to this, then we know it's just a matter of time. Like the science never settles on what's good for health and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean,
it,
it comes down to something very, very basic, and that is take in less than what you burn. Period.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean
Yes,
I
yes,
mean that's not even science. That is just it. If you burn 2,500 calories, don't take in more than 2,500. You won't gain weight. Period. If you want to lose weight, burn some more, and if you want to gain weight, then burn some more.
that's right.
I
Now my head's back in the bucket of the ice cream again. So
exactly.
you see,
Yeah, I understand that. And again, I think we always talk about if you really want to get healthy, if you haven't been healthy your entire life, good luck. If you just seem like over the last 5 or 6 years you've kind of fallen off, maybe you went through a divorce, maybe your kid just moved out of the house and you're finding yourself, you get more time, whatever it is.
yeah,
It's a lifestyle change. It's not going to
sure.
happen overnight. I'm really interested to see how these weight loss drugs are going to affect our society. I was talking to my doctor this morning. I know you actually went to a doctor today, and that was one of the reasons I want to go through this. But he's like, three things are going to be relevant, and they're going to describe our generation. I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Cell phones, internet, and weight loss drugs." And I said, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, I'm just telling you, over the next 5 to 10 years, you'll be able to walk in someplace and say, I want to weigh 153 pounds. And no matter what you weigh, they're going to put you on, tell you exactly what you need to eat and whatever. And they're going to shoot you. And next thing you know, you're going to gain weight. The problem is obesity is a disease of the mind and the body.
Yeah,
And we think these things. I love to eat. I've been
yeah,
on Wegovy. I've been on Monjaro. I've been on that stuff. And yeah, you'll lose 20 pounds in a month. It's amazing. You're just not
yeah,
hungry. I mean,
yeah.
it's like
Right,
when you don't take a drug, your stomach burns and you feel like crap and you want to eat and you get grouchy. This stuff knocks all that out. You don't have any
right.
problem. It's amazing. Um, but there's sometimes when I go to a rib joint and I want to eat ribs and I can only eat 2 or 3 ribs
Yeah.
because it paralyzes your digestive system and doesn't allow you to want to be hungry. And again, it works great. And quite
And they
frankly,
do, but they don't know yet the long-term side effects.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. And we
Yeah.
know that 60 something percent of people that get on it have some type of problem, whether they
Well,
get
I
really
did
sick
it.
or, yeah,
Yeah, you get nauseous. And look, I did them as well, and I had good success with it, but I just couldn't overcome the long-term side effects. But they just recently announced that because it's always about the price as well,
it
that
just
so
came
many
down.
people can't
Mhm.
afford it came down. But they're talking about now that in the spring the FDA is expected to approve that in a pill form, and so you won't have to have injectables. And they're expected to, if you get the prescription, just like you can get it exactly from the buy it directly from, I think it's Lilly is the manufacturer,
Yep.
pharmaceuticals. You can buy it directly for them for like $150. So it's going to be much less than the injections. Don't have any idea. I'm interested in trying it just to see if the side effects are
Yeah.
still there, the nausea and all that, or can I tolerate them better?
I went to a site that my doctor actually runs, and they will sell you the solution in powder form, and then you take that
Oh,
in a vial, and it's $49
oh, wow.
for eight shots. And now you still have to take a shot, but you go in there and he fills the thing up there, and he prescribes you what you should be doing, and it's $49, and it works the same
Hmm.
exact way as the other stuff. But he came in today and he's like, hey, you can still do that stuff. And he said, I said, what do you do when you get off of it? Because everyone wants this, like going to the gym. You want to try to lose a couple pounds before you actually start going to the gym, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You go to the gym to lose weight. You don't want to start looking good before you go to the gym. You're not there to meet somebody, for gosh sakes. You go in there because you want to lose weight. And so a lot
In
of
theory,
people,
yeah.
yeah, a lot of people will get a jump start, and then they think, okay, when I get off of it, then I'm at the weight I want to be at, and now I can change the way I eat. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't
Yeah.
work. It
Yeah.
don't work.
That's true.
It don't work up here.
Yeah.
If anything, you starve your body, and your body's hungry as all get out. I don't know about you, but man, when I got off of the stuff about a week later, I couldn't stop eating. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it comes
I mean,
back.
I was
Yeah.
starving. I mean, my
Mhm.
body was,
Yeah.
I was starving. Okay. Go zone 5 heart rate once per week. Dr. Stacy Sims calls high intensity training brain fertilizer. Pushing into zone 5, that super hard exertion effort that makes you breathless, improves cognition, bone density, and mitochondrial functions. Okay. Oh, and again, that goes with,
Well, I get breathless every single morning. Of course, I'm tying my shoes.
yeah,
So I'm not sure that's what they're talking about,
yeah.
but I'm willing to count that. But I will tell you, eh, we've known this for a long time that something as simple as walking, and you'll have studies that come out that go, if you just walk, and then sometimes they go, you got to do a brisk walk of 45 minutes. But then there's others that say, just 10 minutes out every day,
Mhm.
just something that gets the blood stirring,
Yeah.
that it has all these effects to it. Speaking, while we're in the health thing, it was really fascinating because you hear things like antioxidants,
Mhm.
okay? And oh, it's chocolate or whatever. Oh, it's chock full of antioxidants. And grapes, chock full of antioxidants. And of course, I have no idea what that means. I know it's supposed to be good. You're using it in the
Yeah.
context of good, but speaking of studies, they were talking about orange juice, and a lot of times people stay away from juice because um, it's got a lot of carbs in it or whatever.
A lot of calories.
And yeah, relatively speaking to what you get. But a study came out about orange juice. I thought it was really interesting that it was shown to alter over 1,700 genes. Um, and I never thought about things like this. And what it did was, and I'm not even going to pretend like that I can explain this,
Yeah.
but if it had the effect of antioxidants, which makes genes healthier, stronger, whatever it is. So they measured a study of just drinking orange juice once a day.
Huh.
And, but we tend to focus on what we see, which is like, oh yeah, the calories. You don't want to drink that because it's got the
Yeah.
calories. But it, the idea that it's helping 17,000. So just think if you have a gene, and of course, it all comes down to, because they've mapped the gene system, it all comes down to which 1,700 they are. But, if you are dis, predisposed to a certain type of cancer because it's in your family,
Mhm.
or you're predisposed to some sort of genetic defect or disease, whatever it is. Like I have MS, my kids are um, more prone to get MS later in life than people who don't. Well, um, if you think about, oh, you're actually taking something that's affecting your genes to fight against that kind of stuff, and it's affecting 1,700 genes. Of course, I guess you have millions, billions,
Yeah.
whatever. And you're like, okay, that's something I can see in my mind much more clearly when you, rather than just talking about, oh, it's chock full of
Oh,
antioxidants or something like that.
that's interesting.
And
Nice.
yeah, it was really interesting because that's one of the reasons I mean, I like orange juice, but I don't drink a lot of orange juice, apple juice, or anything else just because it's high calorie. And I'm like,
We
well, I'll
don't
just skip
we
those
don't do any
calories.
orange juice unless we have colds.
Right.
I know it's good for you. I have a thing full of vitamin C pills that I take. Take a vitamin C thing and just flush it out. But for the most
Yeah.
part, but yeah, from an orange juice standpoint, that's very interesting though.
But it made me think though, the bad stuff that we have, is it having alternate effects? Is it, if we are taking something, is it affecting a certain amount of genes negatively?
Yeah.
And which genes? And it's just another thing to show how it's impossible that our bodies happen from just random. Um, there's the complexity of the human body and all the systems that work within the human body and the brain and all that shows that, just proves that we're created by a being much
Mhm.
more intelligent than we are.
There's no
And
doubt about that.
anyway, yeah. So what else has got?
Over 50% of adults in America spend 9.5 hours per day sitting. Wow, you 9.5 hours, and then we're sleeping for 8 hours. That means 17. That means we're walking around for about 6.5 hours. Roughly 25% report no leisure time physical activity at the job. They say you need to walk 30 minutes a day. I'm already walk. I walk at least an hour a day, and thank goodness for that thing, that fur ball behind me. My dog, it will not allow me to not take a day off, and it did it last
Yeah.
night at 8 o'clock. It's like, you have not walked me today, and I'm like, I gotta go walk the dog around the block a couple times. It just needs to get the energy out. It is amazing. Um, Again, I think some people get bored walking.
Yeah.
Put Mission Minded podcast on or something. Put something on in your head. Have something to listen to, and I promise you, if you do it every single day, you will feel better. It's amazing how it
No
works.
doubt. Exercise is
Yeah.
gonna help clear the mind and help the body. No matter, it's no doubt.
Something and this is an epidemic, but to protect your sleep like revenue. Sleep is the original performance enhancer. 7 to 8 hours nightly fuels decision making, emotional regulation, productivity. If you skip quality sleep, you're essentially showing up jet lagged to work, your family, and your health. Build a down regulating evening routine and treat bedtime like a standing appointment with your future self. That's perfect.
Well,
I mean,
I'll tell you, yeah. And let me just say, one of the greatest uh, problems with sleeping, because as you get older, lots of times, we report because things hurt us so much. We sleep the wrong way. Now we've got this lifelong pain in our side or our back or whatever. So, but one of the things that I know that I do, I'm guilty of it, is you wake up in the middle of the night, you can't go back to sleep, which is not uncommon, but then we look at our phones.
mhm.
And when we start looking at our phones, and I get it, we're trying to get sleepy, maybe we start reading again, but just that blue light and engaging your mind again. Um, the studies are abundant into how that's interfering with our sleep. Now, I do have a serious problem. Now, I'm not kidding when I say sometimes I'm in bed by 7 o'clock at night. I mean, I am the old man, and so if I can get 6 good hours at night, it's very common that I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I may give it a half hour, but see if I can go back to sleep. But if I
Yep.
can't, it is very common for me to just get up, get a shower, and come on into work. And so I'm here 3 hours before anybody else shows up. And I'm telling you, I get more things done by myself. I'm not interrupted by, hey, let me ask you this question or emails or anything. I get to
Yeah.
clean out my emails. I get to do all that. Now, I ain't worth a crap after lunch, but
Yeah.
I'm incredibly productive during before that morning.
AI is making our lives easier and our minds lazier. Reading keeps you sharp, expands perspective, and strengthens focus. If you're just getting back into reading, start with 10 pages per day, and that will add up to 12 books per year. See, I'm not a reader. I read a lot of sports stuff, so I
Yeah.
look at stats. I relish people who are book readers, who are voracious book people, because I don't know anyone that reads books as if it's an idiot. They're all smart. They're smarter than
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, that's something to do.
Well, everybody's, AI is just ubiquitous. Everywhere on the internet, you put something into Google, it's Gemini AI that's going to give you the answer. Everybody is going to use it to some degree. I think the fear is with students, and this is a lot why, like they've passed a lot of laws. I know they have here in Alabama where you can't use your cell phone anymore at school.
Mhm.
It's illegal to have it because they were just looking up test answers and
Sure.
doing that kind of stuff. And if you go in and go, all right, I need a paper or I need to write a song, whatever. But I heard something really good the other day, and the question was, is AI going to replace the arts? Um, and somebody made a very good point that they don't think so, because even though AI can write a song and AI can even sing it and all that kind of stuff, that if, and I'm not an artist, but art, true art, whether it's acting, whether it's drawing, whether it's whatever, it comes from an expression of the soul.
Mhm.
And AI doesn't have a soul. So AI, when it create, does it, is it really creating, or is it just taking all the information that's been created
The latter,
and
yeah.
putting something together? Now,
Yep.
that may be semantics, but and people who need a paper done at college, I get it. They're going to whip it out, and from that perspective, we are getting lazier in that we're not doing research and those kind of things. And it's one of those things, yeah, you ultimately are cheating yourself. But if you use AI, you can become much more productive. And I think that's the advantage of it. Instead of if you're looking at it to use it to get by and to cheat the system,
No
then
good.
then
Yeah.
you're hurting
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, like
But
it's
AI is going to be incredibly good for squeezing more juice from the
like we
grape.
like we said, moderation. I mean, it's great. I
Mhm.
mean, if you write a paper and go, I want to make it a little bit better, and you want to use AI to do that, intense it, but do
Yeah.
the work, do the work. And I thought it was interesting. I heard something driving in this morning about how they're imploring people, adults, to not allow your children to get toys that use AI for the holidays. This will be the first Christmas where AI is a part of everything, and now you've got everything that is, whether it's a Furby, Pet Rocks, whatever, they're all and they're
Yeah.
Bluetooth, and so everything's got internet on it. And first of
Yeah.
all, they're super easy to trace. So if your kid
Yeah.
gets something with a phone or whatever, you think it's difficult enough. You get enough text messages from someone saying, "Hey, you didn't pay your power bill," and you're like, "Well, sure I did." And next thing you know, they want you to go ahead and make a deposit into someone's account, blah 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 blah, and
Yeah.
half of us fall for it. Just think what they're doing to your kids,
Sure.
through AI. So be careful. Real quick, eat real foods. The cleaner your inputs, the clearer your outputs. Prioritize protein, fibers, and whole foods, and limit the packages and processed foods. I heard
Well, and I would tell you they're really, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, no, and this is, I mean, this is something you probably already know about, but you can't go wrong by eating fruits and greens.
Yeah.
And again,
And the food bank
moderation.
systems are working real hard on that. And I would tell you what they're really kind of making a distinction about now is the difference between processed food and ultra processed food. And I will tell you, uh, the lady that I'm currently dating, when she fixes food, and she's really good at it, and she's very disciplined in her eating, and she prepares things. And when she's with me, we eat a lot more prepared food,
Oh,
fresh. When I'm by myself, um, I tend to eat like a raccoon in a dumpster.
sure.
But but it's even then. So you buy cheese, you buy ham. If I'm going to make a ham sandwich, yes, you got the bread. there's some processing that goes into that. But when you look into the box of let's say Hamburger Helper or something, so
Mhm.
you've got the new, and for all of that to go into a box and all the mix and all that, that may be something that they refer to as ultra processed. So it's
Yep.
got so many more chemicals. It's not just like prepared into a system. It's not raw, but it doesn't have the certain level. And to be honest with you, that's something I really need to research is at what level, when does something go from processed to ultra processed? Like I take green beans, for instance. You get green beans at the factory, they clean them, they cut them, they put them in a can.
Mhm.
Okay, that's processed
Yep.
technically, I guess,
But still
but it's
good.
not ultra processed. It's
Yep.
still green beans. It's just not fresh.
I heard
And,
something. I'm actually getting ready to make my kids a Thanksgiving, and they want me to make homemade mac and cheese. And every
uh-huh.
thing I've gotten is do not use pre-grated cheese. And I'm like, what?
Huh.
That they process cheese that is grated is processed, and they're like the taste is so different than regular. You have to grate your own cheese because each piece of grated cheese has got processing on it.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's like okay,
Yeah, I don't know. That's
it's
interesting.
practice daily gratitude. Amen.
Yeah, we've
Gratitude.
talked about that lots of times. Yeah.
Gratitude is rocket fuel for perspective. Start and end your day by listing 3 wins. They can range from landing a new client to watching your kids' laughter or finishing that homework. When you train your mind to notice progress, you show up to your team, family, and life in a calmer, clearer, and more grounded state. Gratitude shifts your nervous system from the hustle mode to harmony, and the best part, it's free. I love that. Um, that's
What we
that's
got on?
good.
Go ahead.
No, that's something that like even if you're suffering from depression,
Yeah.
one of the first things they'll tell you to do to try to reconnect some of your receptors, your positive things, is just be thankful for the things you have, whether it's just the light of the day, the sunshine, even the
Yeah.
smallest things. And I know it sounds sappy, but it's amazing how it works to your advantage and just
It's very
set your
true.
mind back a little bit. It really is.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, people who are more positive in life, who laugh at life, who are more sociable, um, and this kind of speaks to that. I don't know how long the study was. I've mentioned it before, but I think it's the longest ongoing study in the history that Harvard was doing. And the number one cause of death is not cancer, it's not heart failure, it's not all that, or the biggest factor, I should say, into how long you live is your sociability.
Mhm.
Is, we're created as social beings. And so you think about it. If you are with people that you love and you laugh and you enjoy life because you're a positive person, you're thankful and all of that, that literally affects the actual health of how your organs function and everything
Yeah.
else. So there's so much that goes into it. So gratitude is not just some, or being grateful is not just some platitude that we do. It actually has a real effect on your health. And so I'm totally down for that.
Cost, everything's rising, but knowledge multiplies. Pick one skill such as copywriting, short form video coding, SEO, or digital media and invest 30 minutes a week. It builds neural connections, keeps you relevant, expands your income potential. In other words, just learn one new
Yeah, keep
online
learning.
skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Hardest habit for me, yet the most transformative. Stillness resets your breath, lowers cortisol, gives your mind space to think. We live in a world that glorifies busy, but silence is where the real integration happens, or where ideas connect, clarity forms, and stress dissipates. This is a Bible thing too, where, and I just recently, I don't really say it's silence, it's laziness for me. If I sit for 10 minutes, it's lazy. Because I don't have a problem doing that at all at any time during the day, sitting for 10 minutes alone. But be still.
Yeah.
Be still. There's a lot of things in the Bible about being still and pausing and praying and just checking back and saying, "Hold on." And we live in this thing of go 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 go. That's another reason why time is flying by so fast. The news cycle comes at us so quickly. Things are
Yeah.
coming at us left and right. And if we could just chill out, and just take
Yeah.
some time and do some pain and pause and maybe meditation, whatever. Finally, audit your inputs, your environment programs you, the accounts you follow, the conversations you entertain, the food in your fridge, they all compound. If it doesn't energize or educate you, edit it out. Growth is often less about adding and more about subtracting.
Yep.
Start
That's hard to argue against, especially if I kill time watching reels. Sometimes I'm just scrolling on Facebook,
Mhm.
watch a lot of news. If things are negative in the news, which most news is fairly negative, but yeah, just disconnect from it for a little bit. And when you feel if I'm watching news or if I'm watching about a subject that I'm interested in, and I put my phone down and I feel bad having just watched that, or
Mhm.
that's having an effect on my body.
Yeah.
And I have to recognize that and go, you know what? I'm interested in this subject, but I'm gonna have to disconnect for a few days until I can look at it through a little bit better lens, a little
Yeah.
bit more positive lens.
And I don't know if any one of us saw the social media thing happening. I mean, I mean, I know why we did it. I remember when Facebook came out and someone said, "You need to get a Facebook account." I was like, "Oh," and this dude was showing up and he was videotaping me bowling with my family. I'm like, "What are we doing here?" And little did I know that what it was going to blow up into.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the number one things is people like get off your social media, because if someone else is
Yeah.
up at 3 o'clock in the morning just like you are, then probably something's up. All right, there's 10 things interesting, and that took up our entire time. We can get back to our emails next week for sure. 10 habits that will completely transform your life and business, and I'll go ahead and I'll link those to our show wherever you get the Mission Minded. Check out our Mission Minded show. Thank you, my friend. We got Bite by Bite coming up here next on our Tony Curry radio stations and wherever you get Mission Minded and Bite by Bite, a show that is specific to Heart of Alabama Food Bank. What's coming up next right here on Tony Curry Radio. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.